to our Department of Agriculture family, our colleagues in the DE Bureau of Agricultural Research, sa ating mga magsasaka at mga mangingisda, isang magandang umaga po sa ating lahat. Ako po si Cristina S. Estrada from the Knowledge Management and Information Systems Division of the DE Bureau of Agricultural Research, and I will be your host for today's online seminar. So first of all, Happy May 2025 po sa ating lahat. Sobrang dami pong fiestas and celebration in the month of May because we are celebrating the start of wet season, and evidence po siya by our anticipation of the Agua de Mayo, because rain is important in the agri-fishery sector, and more than that, plants, animals, and us humans need rain because rain means hope, and it also means the start of the new beginnings. And speaking of new beginnings, the seminar series moving forward, starting today, would be something different. It's bago, but it's also luma, because we will be talking about the mandate and programs of DA BAR. Officially, the title of today's seminar is BAR R4D Mandate and Programs Overview. But before we introduce our speaker and formally start the knowledge sharing, the usual few reminders lang po. So one, please comment your location and affiliation para po alam natin kung hanggang saan ang naaabot ng ating serbisyo at ng online seminar series. Two, please follow our social media pages. So on Facebook, it's facebook.com/DABarOfficial, or search nyo lang po ang DA Bureau of Agricultural Research. And on Instagram, please follow us at DABarOfficial. And also, since may bago pong policy ang Meta and they will be removing live videos in 30 days, you may revisit our past seminar episodes po on YouTube. So it's youtube.com/@DABarOfficial. And also, third na reminder po, magpo-post po kami ng attendance sheet and feedback form. You have to answer both for certificate. So yung feedback form po, it's only up until 12 noon. And lastly, please magtanong po tayo sa ating expert. So speaking of which, I will be introducing our expert na. Our expert graduated with a Bachelor of Science degree in Agribusiness Management from the University of the Philippines, Los Baños. He has been working at the DE Bureau of Agricultural Research the past 18 years, where he currently leads the BAR Agricultural Competitiveness Enhancement Fund R4D team. The youngest among the Bureau's division heads at present, he is now the OIC division head of the Program Monitoring, Evaluation, and Linkaging Division. Let's all welcome Mr. Raymond Patrick L. Cabrera. Good morning, Sir Pat.
Magandang umaga, Tin, and also sa ating mga viewers sa ating seminar series of the Bureau of Agricultural Research. First and foremost, on behalf of the DA Bureau of Agricultural Research, pinasasalamatan po natin yung ating mga iba't ibang audience and partners who are here today to learn and listen to the various programs and mandate of the DA Bureau of Agricultural Research. No po? So allow me to share with you the slides we have prepared for the benefit and for the information of our audience pertaining to what BAR has, our mandates, and our programs. No po? So, pa-share na lang po yung ating slide. So, ako nga po pala si Raymond Patrick Cabrera of the Program Monitoring and Evaluation Linkaging Division. Currently, tasked for the monitoring and evaluation of our R4D programs. So, next slide please. So, panimula po bago ko bahagi yung iba't ibang mga programa ng DA BAR, banggitin ko lang po at ipakita sa inyo ano po ba yung legal basis na bakit meron ng Bureau of Agricultural Research at ano po ba yung ginagawa ng Bureau of Agricultural Research. As legal basis po ng ating DA BAR, na-create po ang BAR under the Executive Order 116 under the Research Training Extension Group by virtue of this EO, which was signed in 1987 under the Freedom Constitution to address yung lack of coordination, integration of agricultural research and development among the existing bureaus, council, and agencies. Also, through the Executive Order 292, otherwise known as the Administrative Code 1987, it affirmed the Bureau's specific mandate to ensure that all agricultural research is coordinated and undertaken for maximum utility to agriculture, particularly in Section 22. And also yung ating AFMA, yung otherwise known yung Agriculture Fisheries Modernization Act or RA 8435, which was enacted in 1997. It also reaffirmed yung lead role of BAR in agriculture and fishery research for development. And in addition, nung Executive Orders 127 noong 1999 and 338 noong 2001, it further expanded the mandate of the BAR to orchestrate, consolidate, and strengthen the National Research and Development System for the Agriculture and Fisheries. With that po, the vision of the DA-BAR is the lead Research for Development Coordinating Agency towards technology-empowered agriculture and fishery sector, contributory to inclusive growth, and with our mission of coordinating, integrating, funding, and managing the R4D system to ensure its optimum utility for the agriculture fishery sector. Next slide, please. So, ito naman po, ito po yung aming organization structure para lang din po alam niyo ano yung mga opisinang nakapaloob sa Bureau of Agricultural Research. Ano yung mga division, section at unit na mapupuntahan or ma-visit niyo po once you are here at the DA Bureau of Agricultural Research. So, we are being led by the director of our bureau, and we have an assistant director. And under nga pala under the Office of the Director, meron kaming internal audit and planning and monitoring unit. And we also have 4 divisions. The Program Development Division, to which nandun yung Project Evaluation and Packaging Section, Technology Management Section, Institutional Development Section, and the Impact Evaluation and Policy Section. So dito nag-emanate yung mga iba't ibang R4D programs crafting, packaging, and evaluation para masuportahan ng DA Bureau of Agricultural Research. Andito din po yung Program Monitoring and Evaluation Linkaging Division, wherein nandito yung pagmomonitor, pagtingin, pag-review, pag-evaluate ng mga proyekto habang ito ini-implement hanggang sa matapos at i-ensure na pag natapos, magagamit ng maayos through our recommendation ano ba dapat yung paggagamitan ng mga outputs ng ating research for development. Meron din tayong Knowledge Management Information System Division na kung saan nandun yung pagpapalawig, communicate ng mga research outputs natin. No? Kagaya nga na itong sinasagawa nating seminar series, isa ito sa mga mandato at mga trabaho ng ating KMISD. Sila rin yung tumutulong para mapalawig yung reach ng mga information about sa mga programa, activities of the DA-BAR. At of course, syempre, din yung Admin and Finance Division na tumutulong para maging maayos yung mga proseso, yung day-to-day operational works of the DA-BAR. Nandito yung human resource, the procurement, the property supply, cash, record section, general services, accounting, and yung budget section. So, ang mga division po na ito ay nagtutulungan upang maging maayos at maisagawa at maisakatuparan yung mga programa, activities of the DA-BAR towards the benefit of the agriculture fishery sector that we are serving. Next slide, please. So ito po, yung mga division na yun, nabanggit ko, yung Office of the Director, Assistant Director, mga Technical and Admin Division, nagtutulong-tulong para magawa itong mga services ng DA-BAR. No? So, syempre, as a Staff Bureau of the Department of Agriculture and being yun nga sa ating vision of the LEAD R4D, so kailangan mapakita ano ba yung serbisyong ibinibigay natin sa publiko, sa mamamayang Pilipino, sa iba't ibang partners. So number 1, BAR is coordinating or linkaging in partnerships with R4D institution, be it sa packaging ng mga programa, consultation at dialogues to address technological needs and gaps of the sector, pag-i-implement ng mga proyekto, pagpapalawig ng mga outputs ng mga research work. So ginagawa po yun ni DA-BAR. Ano po? Pangalawa, syempre, ito yung isa sa mga major activities and services. Provision of grants to various R4D implementing units nationwide. So si DA-BAR po ay nagbibigay ng pondo sa iba't ibang R4D implementing institution para isagawa yung iba't ibang research for development projects through grants. Si DA-BAR po, hindi po siya mismo yung nagre-research, but more of we partner with different institutions who have expertise, resources, equipments, and facilities to implement yung mga research for development programs natin. No? Through grants, binibigay natin ito at meron tayong mga criteria, meron tayong mga guidelines, at syempre meron tayong mga goals and objectives na gusto nating magawa. Kaya natin nagbibigay ng mga pondo para maisagawa yung research for development program. Pangatlo, management and utilization of R4D outputs. Isa ito sa mga malaking challenge sa DA BAR na talagang pinagbubuhusan namin ng atensyon. Kasi ang research for development output, tinitingnan namin as isang investment na after magawa yung isang research for development, ano yung kailangan gawin? Ano yung dapat mangyari sa output na na-generate para mas mag-reap or mag-benefit pa yung intended clientele or intended users natin ng mga respective R4D outputs. Kaya si BAR, pinapalawig at pinapalakas niya pa yung management strategies niya at yung utilization processes niya. Paano i-handle pag na-generate natin ng maayos yung mga research for development outputs galing doon sa mga pinondohang proyekto ni DA BAR with the implementing institution. And lastly, R4D policy crafting and reform utilization. Ito naman patungkol doon sa yung mga study natin, ano ba yung maitutulong para makapag-craft tayo ng polisiya para mas mapaganda pa yung mga programa na iba't ibang programa natin sa agriculture fishery sector, no? Be it on the different segments of the value chain, be it on particular commodity and thematic areas, tumutulong tayo makapag-craft ng mga polisiya para ma-improve yung service delivery, makapagbigay ng tamang guidelines, makapagbigay ng tamang decision sa ating mga policy makers, sa ating mga decision makers in terms of the agri-fishery development programs of the Department of Agriculture. No? So sa apat na ito yung pinapalawig ni DA BAR na iparating sa iba't ibang mga partners natin para maipakita kung ano ba yung nagiging relevant outputs or outcomes na may tutulong ng isang research for development program sa atin sa Department of Agriculture. Next slide, please. So ito paano ba nag-anchor si DA BAR sa mga programa ni DA? No? Ito yung makikita niyo sa slide na to. Ito yung 2 trusts and priorities of the DA. On the left side, yung achieving food security for the Filipino people through boosting local agricultural production to ensure accessibility and affordable and nutritious food. So klarong-klaro naman yung goal natin sa department na maging food secure tayo through pag-boost ng ating local production. Siyempre, palakasin natin yung mga farmer and fisher folk partners natin para magkaroon tayo ng access and maging available yung mga kailangan nating pagkain sa araw-araw. Pangalawa, yung developing the agriculture and fishery sector as a profitable industry for farmers, fisher folk, and all stakeholders involved in the value chain. So, hindi lang maging available yung food for our consumers, but palakasin natin yung ating farmer and fisher folk na pagkakitaan yung kanilang trabaho sa agriculture and fishery. Gawing industry, gawing enterprise, across the segments of the value chain para masabing negosyo ang ating agriculture and fishery sector. So yun yung dalawang major goal ni Department of Agriculture. At makikita ninyo on the lower part of the slide, andito yung pagpapakita ng malaking interest at engagement at commitment ng Department of Agriculture sa Research for Development. Makikita nyo yung nasa yellow na text, yung una, yung science and information-driven decision-making through digitalization. So makikita natin na ano ba yung may tutulong ng Research for Development. Siyempre yung magkaroon ng mga science and information-driven materials for the purposes of decision-making. And second, yung strengthen the research for development and extension to optimize sector potential. No? Given na meron tayong mga research for development investment, having those cutting-edge technologies, advancement, and innovation, marirealize natin paano tayo makakatulong ba talaga, paano i-optimize yung sector, given na we are faced with various challenges sa climate change, market prices and inputs of fluctuating prices of our input resources, no? Yung resources natin sa land, sa water are slowly dwindling. So makikita na ang important dito is yung how research can intervene in terms of advancement in increasing productivity, reducing cost, and using of our resources efficiently. So doon pumapasok yung importance ng research for development. That's why isa sa mga ine-emphasize ng ating department ngayon ang strengthening of the research for development for the sector. Next slide, please. So ito naman, dahil yun nga, kitang-kita yung role ng research for development in the agriculture fishery development ng ating bansa. So ito, paano ba mag-a-anchor si DA BAR dun sa mga nakaatang na responsibilidad sa atin? No? So gumawa tayo ng mga R4DE programs and respective impact pathway, no? Para makita natin, gagawa tayo ng programa, para saan ba? Ano yung may tutulong nito sa sektor? So sisimulan ko doon sa sectoral goals na meron nga tayo, syempre yung enhancement ng productivity, improving ng competitiveness ng industry at ng farmer and fisher folk groups, climate resiliency, and natural resources management. So ito yung tinitingnan natin na overarching sector goals natin na maitutulong ng research for development. Tapos pupunta naman tayo, paano ba siya tutulungan ng R&D? So makakatulong siya dun sa sectoral goals by having these outcomes such as innovative and adaptive technologies na may tataas natin yung level or presence. Makakatulong tayong i-strengthen yung mga agri-fishery enterprises. Mas-strengthen natin yung RDE system, yung networks, build-up, and the partner stakeholders, at yung capacities nila may increase natin. No? Pero paano natin magagawa yon? Ang gagawin ni DA-BAR, meron siya mga programa na papunta doon yung mga outcomes na gustong mangyari. No? Meron tayong iba't ibang programa such as on the left side of the slide, meron tayong innovative technology development. So nandito yung GIST or core programs natin wherein nakafocus tayo sa development ng iba't ibang tools, technologies, products, processes, no, na market-driven at kailangan ng sektor. And also addressing the needs, no, at being at the national at local level, be it on commodity and thematic area. So syempre may technology na tayo na-develop. Kailangan nating tulungan yun initially for scaling of agriculture technologies. No? Meron tayong mga programang nakalaan doon, such as yung CIPAR and Scale Up. Mga community-based program na tutulong na enable ang verification, transfer, and adoption of these technologies that we have generated. So kumbaga ito yung makikita mo na paano ba makakatulong yung mga na-develop mong technology sa mga grassroots level, mga community levels natin through verification, transfer of such technologies. Meron din tayong tinatawag na agricultural technology business incubation. So ito naman, pinapalawig natin yung business side of the technology. Pero ang ginagawa ni BAR ngayon, pinapalakas natin yung mga iba't ibang R&D institution natin, mga centers natin, such as yung mga ating regional field offices, yung kanilang mga stations, at mga piling state universities and colleges to serve as business incubation facility. So sa business incubation, binibuild up natin yung capacity ng mga stations, ng mga institutions natin para makapagbigay ng services, be it on the marketing side, legal side, product technology packaging side, and other assistance for an individual or a group para gawin niyang business or enterprise yung isang technology. No? So yun yung pinapalakas nating side na hindi lang ibigay yung technology para itaas yung yield, pero maging negosyo or maging enterprise ng isang individual, farmer group or farm fishing cooperative, para yun ang maging source of income and livelihood nila. No? Ini-enable natin na maging seamless yung transfer of technologies by providing the necessary assistance. No? Tinutulungan natin silang, tinetrain natin sila sa business plan development, nililink natin sila sa tamang market on a sustainable manner, institutional man, or small buyers. No? Binibigyan natin ng karampatang pansin yung mga ganong aspeto. Meron din tayong mga program natin na tawag na support to R&D kasi hindi naman natin magagawa yung research for development kung wala tayong mga necessary resources such as yung una, yung human resource development. So kung wala tayong tao na gagawa ng mga program natin, we cannot generate or we cannot do activities. So that's why napaka-important sa BAR na yung pagpapalakas ng human resource natin, lalong-lalo na sa public sector, public researchers natin, to enable for them to uplift or improve their capacities and capabilities towards various R4D related expertise. Meron din tayong tinatawag na Research Facilities Enhancement Program or Research Facilities Development Grant. Dito naman nakapaloob yung pagsuporta ni DA-BAR sa mga pag-improve, pag-upgrade ng mga iba't ibang R4D facilities ng ating mga research stations or mga research centers natin, be it on the DA side, the SUC, and LGU. So pinapakita natin dito paano ba natin tutulungan na may upgrade, magkaroon ng magandang equipment para mas maayos yung kanilang mga day-to-day operations and service provisions sa ating clientele. No, sinusuportahan natin yung iba't ibang needs nila on the structure, the equipment needs para mas mapaganda yung serbisyo nila. Meron din tayong yung support sa Agriculture Fishery Research for Development Extension Network, wherein nakikipag-partner natin si DA Agricultural Training Institute para mapalakas natin yung presence natin ng R4D Continuum, be it at the national at the local level. So pinapalakas natin yung pag-uusap ng iba't ibang partners, stakeholders sa locality, particularly in regional context, para magkaroon ng complementation, harmonization of efforts in terms of the R4DE programs of the different institutions on particular regions and provinces. Meron din tayong R4D Policy Support Program. So doon nga nakapaloob yung mga policy-related research as yung impact assessment at policy formulation. All this will be contributory as adaptive strategies and innovative ways on the agriculture fishery R4D of the country. So kung makikita nyo, dito umiikot paano nagtatrabaho si DA Bar, no? Paano siya nakakatulong sa DA, paano siya nakakatulong sa clientele natin sa DA, sa agriculture fishery stakeholders, be it farmer, fisherfolk, industry, public, or private man, para masabing ano yung nagiging relevance ng investment natin sa research for development, no, sa agriculture. Next slide, please. So ito naman, ano yung basihan ng magpopondo ng mga iba't ibang research area? So meron tayong tinatawag na National Agriculture Fishery Research for Development and Extension Agenda, or yung NAREA, kumbaga tinatawag, or familiar naman yung mga partners natin sa iba't ibang offices, research institution. So dito nakapaloob yung mga research priorities ni DA Bar na ginawa through various consultations with partners, public and private, para ma-generate kung ano ba yung mga dapat bigyang pansin ng mga research area sa different commodity at thematic area. No? So makita nyo yung thematic area, naka-anchor siya sa DEMPRE, dapat productivity enhancement, competitiveness improvement, yung nabanggit kanina, climate resiliency, and integrated natural resources management. And lastly, agri-enterprise development. So dapat tingnan natin yung R4DE program natin na paano ba siya magiging beneficial in terms of income generation or income livelihood ng ating mga farming and fishing communities. Meron din tayong mga cross-cutting thematic areas na nakapaloob sa NAREA, yung enhancing natural resources management and agricultural development, advancing the agri-innovation system or digitalization. So ito napaka-importante yung digitalization for our ease of doing business dahil sa sobrang dami ng ating mga kailangang malaman, we must be able to adapt with the advancement in the digital world of agriculture. Third, strengthening policy and institutions. Siyempre, yung mga polisiya at mga institution kailangan nating tulungan para mapalawig pa yung relevance at paggamit ng mga R4D outputs natin. Ensuring food safety through One Health and assessing and evaluating impacts. So nakapaloob dito yung mga iba't ibang mga research for development area, no, sa NAREA. Ito naman ay downloadable sa DA Bar website, and also if you can be requesting, kindly email us na lang later on. But yung NAREA, hindi naman to ibig sabihin cast in stone na kung ano yung nakalagay doon, yun lang. So syempre may mga emerging needs tayo at emerging issues na kailangan i-tackle na hindi necessarily nakalagay doon. But syempre, pag-aaralan ni DA Bar, ito ba ano bang gap ang ina-address at paano ba ito magiging relevant at makakatulong doon sa tina-target nating issue, concern, at syempre sa gaano kadami ba yung matutulungan natin in terms of scale and impact of the beneficiaries that we are targeting. So yun yung level ng pag-assess natin para yung NAREA natin, hindi necessarily cast in stone na yun lang yung nakalagay, yun lang ang susuportahan na programa. Maraming iba't ibang aspeto as we see needed and syempre addressing the emerging needs and issues of the sector. Next slide, please. So ito, yung programs nga ni DA Bar, may mga commodity at may mga thematic areas. Sa commodity, kung makikita nyo, dito yung livestock and poultry, fisheries and aquaculture, crops, nandun yung rice and corn, vegetable and fruits, plantation crops. So dito sa commodity programs natin, so unahin ko na kung ano yung mga nagiging focus areas ni DA Bar. Saan ba mas naglilin towards si DA Bar in terms of investing on, no? Kasi syempre, maraming kailangang gaps, maraming gaps na kailangang address sa bawat commodity. Pero syempre, tinitingnan ni Bar, ano ba yung mas kailangan given yung scarcity of our resources at syempre, yung tamang placement na saan ba natin i-invest ito to generate a better impact or a wider impact or scale. So sa livestock and poultry, nakikita na DA BAR in close coordination sa ating DA National Livestock Program na yung investment for R4D ay may mataas na prioridad sa R&D related to our local feeds development, health and disease management, research for development, and yung mga conservation measures natin, particularly sa ating mga native breeds. No? Ito yung mga binibigyang atensyon or higher priority ni DA BAR of focus areas of R4D. Sa corn commodity naman natin, pest and disease management, no, particularly yung mga recently yung sa fall armyworm, no, na tinututukan natin, at yung varietal improvement and also yung mga farming systems. So alam naman natin ang corn ay ginagamit ding not just for food but also feed for our livestock. So tinitingnan natin yung mga iba't ibang workable corn-based farming system, no, para at least hindi lang monocrop of corn ang gagamitin na ating farmer. Ano yung iba't ibang commodity na pwede nating i-diversify at i-integrate sa farming system. No? Sa rice naman, ang ating mga focus areas or research programs na meron tayo ngayon at binibigyang atensyon is yung varietal improvement, integration of decision support tools and digitalization, and yung pest and disease management, and lastly, yung mga rice-based farming systems. No? Given nga the need for the integration and diversification of our rice production systems. No? Sa high-value crops naman, iba't ibang maraming high value crops. May fruits, may vegetables, may plantation, may root crops. So binibigyang atensyon natin dito mga R&D related activities patungkol sa pest and disease management, post-harvest processing, product development ng mga teknolohiya. So nakikita naman natin kasi napakadami nating high value crops. Kailangan nating tulungan yung ating mga magsasakang Pilipino paano mag-value add, paano i-process to generate more income dun sa harvest or produce nila. Siyempre, kailangan din nating tulungan sila in ensuring na after harvest, ma-maintain yung quality ng ating mga produce. No po? Isa yun sa mga priority na tinitingnan ng DA BAR. Paano matulungan yung shelf life, yung storage ng ating mga commodity, lalo sa high value crops, ay mapangalagaan. No? And also yung ating varietal improvement and diversification, no, sa ating high value crops. Sa atin namang fisheries group or fisheries sector, binibigyang pansin natin yung improvement of various protocols, for example, sa mga cage culture of species, biobanking, post-harvest, and storage technologies. No? Ito yung mga binibigyang prioridad ni DA BAR in close collaboration with BIFAR and NFRDI on these research for development efforts. No? Sa organic agriculture naman, so food systems, yung tinitingnan nating approach, from production to waste management, prioritizing various commodities such as yung purple yam, mango, pineapple, and banana. Binibigyan natin attention din yung mga development of biofertilizers, no? Mga biocon agent development as we see fit and needed, and yung organic feed technologies. No? Ito yung mga binibigyang pansin natin. Siya nga pala, yung ating mga iba't ibang programa sa livestock, corn, rice, high-value crops, organic agriculture, ito ay closely collaborated ni DA BAR with our various banner programs sa Department of Agriculture. No? Kasi yung R4D investment natin, for example, sa rice, tayo ay tinutulungan ng DA National Rice Program para ma-implementa at magbigay ng allocation in terms of funding. No? Sa high-value crops, and then din naman yung high-value crops development program natin na siyang katuwang natin in terms of pagbibigay ng guidance, pagbibigay ng support funding, at syempre collaboration in terms of how we make use of the outputs. Sa corn program naman, nandun yung ating National Corn Program na tumutulong sa atin. Sa organic agriculture, yung NOAP na nagbibigay sa atin ng support, guidance, and funding support para ma-implement yung mga proyekto. And sa National Livestock Program na nabanggit ko kanina. No? Lastly, yung sa climate change, ito cross-cutting area kasi ito, is a thematic area. Focus naman tayo doon sa climate resilient production and post-production technologies. No? Although marami na tayong mga iba't ibang technology, pero kailangan nating tingnan ano ba yung mga parameters na may tutulong nito in terms of how yung mga climate risk parameters na may measure mo through these technologies. Kailangan makita natin po yun. Renewable energy sources, improved production protocol based on the prevailing climate risk of the commodity in the area. No? Napaka-cost-cutting na issue nito at napaka-magandang investment na makita natin. Ano ba yung paano natin matulungang maging resilient yung ating mga farming and fishing communities amidst the challenges brought about or risk brought about by climate change. Meron din tayong mga programs thematic na technology commercialization and business incubation. Ito yung nabanggit ko kanina, paano enable yung enterprise development, paano i-ensure na ma-protect yung technology at maging enterprise business ng ating targeted clientele, investor, or farmer cooperative or association. Yung scale-up program natin, ito, community-based program din natin to para nga i-transfer yung mga mature technologies at a community level, no, given the various innovations or technologies na na-generate natin, be it publicly developed or private sector initiated, tinitingnan natin i-converge yung mga efforts na yun. And policy research, and yung ASEF R4D nga, no. Yung ASEF R4D, isa to sa mga inatas sa BAR na mga programa under the ASEF law, to which a component of the collection of MAV tariffs, minimum access volume tariffs collected, ay ina-allocate for research for development, no. Particularly in the program na meron din si DA-BAR, yung commercialization, business incubation, and also yung research facility upgrading, no. All of this, the ASEF is allocated for the state universities and colleges natin. But given na closely collaborated and coordinated ito sa mga concerned DA offices natin, lalong-lalo na sa regional field offices. And syempre, with targeted beneficiaries sa ating locality na mga private sector groups, farmer cooperatives and association, local government units. Na. Para makita natin kung sino ba talaga at para kanino intended yung intervention. Next slide, please. So, institutional development, nabanggit ko na kanina, yung HR development program na nandun nakapaloob yung pagpapalakas ng capacity ng ating mga manpower through MS and PhD scholarship. So, BAR offers scholarship. But yun nga, on a limited scale lang, ang nabubigyan natin ng support muna is yung mga kasamahan natin sa research for development workers natin sa government. No? Particularly sa ating sa Department of Agriculture, sa mga stations natin, sa RFOs, mga bureaus natin, and selected SUCs and LGUs natin. No? Limited pa lang din kasi ngayon yung investment, but we are trying to analyze and improve further how we can expand later on. No? Given the realization that manpower is really a need in terms of delivering a good research for development program. Yung productivity enhancement program naman, ito yung assistance ni BAR in terms of yung sa Magna Carta of our SMT workers and also yung mga scientific career system of the Department of Agriculture, researchers and scientists. RFDG, nabanggit ko na yung pagpapalakas ng ating mga research facilities and yung AFREDEN or yung Agriculture Fishery Research Extension Network. No? Ito, tulong-tulong po si DA-BAR, si ATI, at ating mga regional field offices kasi yun po yung nagtutulungan para mapalakas yung presence at complementation ng mga R4DE programs natin sa national at local level. Nakikita naman natin pagdating sa regional, provincial, and local level, napaka-importante ng collaboration, complementation ng mga opisina sa Department of Agriculture, sa local government unit, sa mga state universities and colleges, sa private sector, at iba't ibang mga grupo na may R4DE programs at tumutulong sa mga ganong related programs ng ating sektor. No? Isa ito sa mga goal o layunin ng network na magkaroon ng magandang pag-uusap, arrangement, at working collaboration yung mga institution at grupo na yon toward the benefit of our main clientele naman, no, sa mga probinsya. Kasi at the end of the day, kailangan i-converge yung resources, yung efforts, no, yung mga programa, magkaroon ng seamless communication and coordination para ma-deliver ng tama at ma-deliver ng maayos yung ating mga technology-based services. Next slide. So ito, sample lang po ito ng mga ilang mga teknolohiya na nabigyang suporta or investment ni DA-BAR over the years. No, ito nga yung sa innovative technology development component ni DA-BAR. No, focusing on the development side, no, more of talagang research, pag-aaralang mabuti from conceptualization, prototype, field testing, lab testing, field testing, no, getting the feedback of the users. ito yung pinaglalaan ng pansin ni DA-BAR. So as you can see in the slide, may mga iba't ibang klaseng teknolohiyang na-develop or na-supportang ma-develop si DA-BAR with various institutions. Andiyan na nga yung mechanized dry direct seeding technology to which nakapag-produce tayo ng isang multi-purpose seeder na ginagamit for rice-based rain-fed and water-scarce environment. So rice, corn, and mung bean, pwede ito, itong mechanized multi-purpose seeder natin. Ito is collaborated natin with PhilRice and UPLB, no? And also mga RFOs. May mga kapartner na tayo mga fabricator para maging locally available itong machinery na to. Meron din tayong yung ready-to-eat, retorted corn mix. Ito yung teknolohiya food product naman na developed by ating mga kasamahan sa DA Cagayan Valley Research Center in Region 2. No? And also yung kanilang zero energy cool chamber for horticultural crops. Ito magandang teknolohiya para ma-prolong yung shelf life ng ating mga ilang commodities. If I remember right, kasama doon yung ating tomato. No? Isa ito sa mga binibigyang layon or pansin ni DA-BAR na makatulong mga technology natin in prolonging shelf life of our commodities, no? Para maayos na makarating sa merkado. Meron din tayong organic complete ration mix for small ruminants na na-develop natin in partnership with DA Regional Field Office 12. Ano po? Ito, pinag-aaralan natin mabuti paano natin maiayos yung pagiging available nito later on for the public and for particularly sa mga racers natin, ensuring na maayos yung supply, maayos yung product quality, at syempre yung commercial value or commerciable truck nito ay maayos natin. Meron din tayong mga technologies sa corn, yung mga recently developed varieties or Seaguard varieties, yung Glut 2116, yung white corn variety natin in Region 2 and also in Region 12. Now, out of our effort of varietal improvement, nakapag-produce tayo ng mga severe white corn variety, no, out of the program na tinutulungan nating maging available na sa ating mga respective provinces or localities in Region 2 at 12. No? Next slide, please. Ito naman siya sa scaling of agricultural technologies. Meron tayong scale-up program in selected provinces. Right now, I think we have 5 provinces from Luzon, Visayas, Mindanao who are implementing intensively, closely working with local government units sa scale-up program natin and farmer cooperatives and association. Ito implemented ng ating mga DA Regional Field Offices na sa Region 1, sa Region 4A, Region 8, Region 9, at Region 13. No? Sila yung mga currently mga partners natin, but tinitingnan natin paano natin mapalawig pa yung presensya ng programa. No? Dahil ako as a community base, marami tayong iba't ibang farming communities na kailangan bigyang atensyon or tulungan by enabling access or transfer ng mga technologies. Yung TechCom natin, yung pagpa-facilitate natin, yung mga na-develop na mature and adaptive technologies, ma-facilitate natin na maging commercially available na to. Maging negosyo or enterprise ng ating mga farming and fishing cooperatives and association. Makipag-partner sa private sector na mag-i-invest para maging commercially available ang ating mga technology. Ito yung mga programang pinagtutuon ng pansin ni DA-BAR. No? Marami tayong technologies na mostly mga food products, no? Tinitingnan lang natin na ready na ba siya on a commercial scale of production given the supply, the raw materials, the processing equipment, the group that will produce, and the market. No? Marami tayong mga tinutulungan ngayon ng mga iba't ibang commodity or products. And also yung TBI natin. No? Tuloy-tuloy yung support natin sa mga iba't ibang institution, lalo sa DA regional offices, mga stations natin and SUCs para mapalawig pa yung business incubation concept, no, ng ating mga kasamahan ng mga R&D institution. Next slide, please. Next slide. Ito naman yung mga facilities. So, ilan sa mga facilities na, klase ng facilities na sinuportahan ni DA-BAR over the years. So, we have 223 facilities na funded over the years, no, na bigyang suporta ni DA-BAR. Kabilang na nga dito, hindi lang sa DA-BAR na regular fund at sa mga banner program funds, but as well as dun sa ASEF, yung nabanggit kanina na Agriculture Competitiveness Enhancement Fund. So, in a nutshell, ito yung mga klase ng facilities na supportan, mga tissue culture laboratories, and yung mga respective indexing facilities para ma-ensure na magkaroon ng clean and quality planting materials of various crop commodities. Analytical and diagnostic facilities, no? Siyempre, kailangan natin ito para ma-ensure na maka-respond tayo kung may mga problema sa pest and disease and any related concerns. Meron tayong mga facilities na ready na makapag-address o makapagbigay ng mga advisory, makapagbigay ng guidance at mga decision on how to handle yung mga ganong incidents. Plant genetic resources, meron din tayong mga investment dito sa iba't ibang regional offices. So, with giving importance sa ating mga iba't ibang genetic resource of commodities, crop commodities in particular, and also livestock commodities. So, tinitingnan natin na how we conserve, how we preserve, how we enable to have it in the long term para sa ating future generation. Meron din tayong post-harvest research facilities. Meron din tayong food processing, no, para dun napupunta yung mga farmer and fisher folk na gustong matuto ano yung mga kailangang i-process na commodities na pwede nilang pagkakitaan. And we also have organic agriculture facilities under the auspices or guidance of the National Organic Agriculture Program in further advocating and promoting the program. Next slide, please. Sa MS and PhD, meron tayong 106 na MS scholars. Yung iba tapos na, no? Yung iba ongoing pa yung pag-aaral nila sa iba't ibang partner state universities and colleges ni DABAR within the Philippines. And we also have 91 na PhD na nag-aaral, no? So isa ito sa mga programa or HRD program ni DABAR. And ito nga yung Magna Carta for SNT, particularly for the DA employee. BAR then serves as the chair of the committee na nag-screen ito and also the secretariat work. And also in the same way with the scientific career system. No? Para yung ating mga kasamahan sa Department of Agriculture who wishes to pursue their scientific science research scientific career system rank nila, no? Para maging scientist 1 sila up to 5, no? So unti-unti ito pinapalakas si DABAR paano natin ma-advocate or ma-promote yung ating mga iba't ibang researchers sa opisina natin sa DA to be scientists or renowned scientists dito sa bansa natin. Next slide, please. In terms of policy support, ito yung mga currently ginagawa or binibigyang atensyon ni BAR given dun sa mga task and mandated policy issuance na binigyan or inata sa DABAR. And also some of it are initiated ni BAR para makatulong po or ma-improve pa yung mga serbisyo through R4B. So nandito yung Philippine Sustainable Agriculture Initiative. Ito yung mga inisyatibo natin in close collaboration with our ASEAN neighbor countries, no? Sa ASEAN level na pinagtatabawan ni DABAR to advocate it. Yung National Important Agriculture Heritage System, ito naman is in close collaboration with the DAR and DANR, realizing yung mga heritage sites natin in the country na mostly or some of them are in agriculture related activities, no? Para mapalakas natin sila, mabigyan natin sila ng atensyon, mabigyan natin ng tamang measures to conserve, measures to preserve, and also measure to make it better in terms of community or mga heritage sites natin sa bansa. In terms of management ng mga technology, pinapalakas din ni DABAR yung mga efforts in terms of policy-related issuances na nagmeron nga tayong DA-IP Policy and Technology Transfer Protocol. So nakikipag-tie up tayo ngayon sa DA. May mga assigned officials tayo sa DA na tumutulong para paano natin mapalawig yung polisiya na to, not just with DABAR funded projects, but with all investments of the Department of Agriculture in research for development, which have generated IP, intellectual property, no? Para ma-manage natin ng maayos yung intellectual property. And also, paano natin i-transfer ng maayos, no? Given that we have invested funds for research for development, marapat lang na maayos natin yung pagmamanage ng na IP na na-generate natin at maiayos natin yung technology transfer. So with this protocol, magagawa natin yung mga procedures, yung mga governance, how we handle on a respective institution. Hindi lang ito sa DABAR, but to all DA offices who have research for development funds or investment. No, ito yung magiging guide natin later on. And also yung technology readiness level assessment. No? Ito yung makikita natin na paano ba natin i-gauge yung technology na output natin in terms of how it can be reaching dun sa ultimate goal natin sa TRL level 9 of the commercialization part. No? Pinapalakas si DA-BAR yung pagtingin sa mga output technologies natin. Ano ba yung mga kailangan nating gawin pa? Ano yung mga enabling mechanism? At ano yung mga dapat criteria para masabi natin, mai-advance natin siya sa next step or next level of the TRL. Isa ito sa mga guidelines na inaayos at dine-develop ni DA-BAR as basis para maiayos natin yung mga outputs na na-generate natin out of our R4D investment. And lastly, yung strategic communication natin. Siyempre, kailangang mapalawig or mapalakas ni DA-BAR how we communicate with our different clienteles, with our different stakeholders, yung mga research for development investments or research for development outputs and outcomes natin. No? Hindi kakayanin ni DA-BAR na tayo lang yung magbigay or mag-communicate ng outputs. Strategically, ginagawa ni BAR how we link with various offices, institution, and how we collaborate in terms of further advocating, further disseminating yung ating research for development policies, outputs, and mga technologies natin. So that's why isa itong seminar series na platform ni DA-BAR, kagaya nga ng ginagawa ko po ngayon, how we can promote, advocate pa in our wider audience. Ano bang ginagawa ni DA-BAR for the people, for the country? No? Isa ito sa mga platform or means na ginagawa ni DA-BAR. Next slide, please. Ito naman yung mga major activities ni DA-BAR annually. No? Ito yung mga engaging different partners, different stakeholders para mai-share, mai-cascade, makapag-recognize ng ating mga initiatives, outputs, and outcomes sa research for development sector. So meron tayong NAFTE, or National Agriculture Fishery Technology Exhibition. Ito nga ay gaganapin this June in Cebu. So we are inviting you to join us. Dito magkakaroon ng mga iba't ibang exhibits, showcasing of technologies, seminars, mga launching ng mga technologies, no, yung mga recent advancement na nasuportahan ni DA-BAR, no. Isa itong magandang activity for our stakeholders to see, to ask questions, to explore collaboration doon sa mga iba't ibang technologies na meron na tayo or invested ni DA-BAR through the various R4D institutions that we partnered with. No? Meron din tayong National Research Symposium. Ito naman in way of recognizing yung ating mga researchers, scientists natin through their papers or entry papers of research work that they have submitted. No? May mga iba't ibang category na sineset si DA-BAR. This will be held in October, but call or empty submission will be disseminated, I think, by period of July and August, no? to call for entry papers. Ito naman, bukod sa pag-recognize sa mga nagawa ng ating mga researchers, isa rin tong avenue to exchange information sa mga outputs ng mga research paper. It's either how we can advance the recommendations later on. For example, yung mga policy research papers natin, ano na yung mga next step to advance yung output. No? Isa ito sa mga tinitingnang avenues or platform ng ating mga researchers, scientists. And yung ating National Agriculture Fishery Resources Research Development Extension Network meeting. So kumbaga, ito yung venue or avenue na nag-uusap-usap yung mga iba't ibang opisina na member ng network. Mapalakas pa yung communication, mapalakas yung collaboration, makita yung mga good practices na worth replicating, worth emulating sa iba't ibang network na para mapalakas pa yung presensya ng network. Ito yung avenue para magkaroon ng sharing of the developments, mga partnerships or collaboration establishment of the different regional networks. No? Ito ino-organize ni BAR annually. Patawag sila in collaboration or in partnership with our Agricultural Training Institute. And lastly, yung ating Sustainable Challenge Award. Ito, more of recognition ng mga technologies natin at the same time, yung ating mga farming and fishing communities na talagang natulungan. No? Ito, recognizing na ano ba yung naging impact ng mga technology paano ba siya nakatulong hindi lang sa aktibidades ng ating mga farmer and fisher folk, but also how it impacted their livelihood and their lives. So dito mini-measure paano naging epektibo or naging beneficial yung technology intervention na pinrogram ng isang R4D institution. No? Ito yung mga batayan na tinitingnan dito. So it's an annual event recognizing the efforts of the technology, the institution, but more importantly, the communities who have benefited through this technology-based intervention. Next slide, please. So ito naman, para aware din kayo, sino ba yung mga partners ni DA-BAR? Sino yung collaborators niya sa pag-implement? Kagaya nga ng sabi ko, DA-BAR does not implement really the R4D program, but we partner with the R4D institution with expertise, capacities, equipment, and resources to implement such. Meron tayong mga DA offices, mga regional field offices natin through the research division, no? Mga bureaus and attached agencies natin sa department, mga state universities and colleges, mga local government units with advanced and very active research for development programs, private sector. No, syempre, hindi natin talaga tatawaran ng suporta at syempre ang kapabilidad ng ating private sector partners in terms of research for development. So, tinitingnan natin paano mampalawig pa yung partnership, collaboration. Kasi nakikita natin private sector is an enabler lalong-lalo na sa adoption and commercialization of technologies sa atin. Siyempre, yung farmer cooperatives and association, lalo na as collaborator during the testing and verification stages of the technology and later on as the end user beneficiary. So napakalaking importansya ng ating farmer cooperatives association to see at the ground level, at the field level, ano ba yung effectiveness, yung efficiency ng cost ng ating mga technology. So sila yung makakapagsabi sa atin. Kasi at the end of the day, sila yung mag-a-adapt, sila yung gagamit, at sila yung magpapatunay kung ang technology or output ba na nagawa natin sa research for development ay importante at nagkaroon ng impact. No? Ganong kalaki yung pagpapahalaga ni DA-BAR sa ating mga farmer cooperatives and association para makapakita na yung intervention natin ay nakakapagbigay ng pagbabago, progress, at mga changes, lalong-lalo na sa kanilang farming and fishing activities as well as sa kanilang income. And syempre, we also partner with non-government organizations, yung mga CSOs and mga international partners natin, no, realizing their contribution, expertise as well, their resources in the conduct of research for development, no, as source of innovations, mga advancements, mga technologies, no, lalong-lalo na yung mga kapartner natin sa international organization. No. Next slide, please. So yun, ito yung statement ni BAR ngayon na syempre with the programs, activities, interventions, sa goal namin, so we always geared ourselves to driving progress and also delivering impacts. Ito yung mantra ni DA-BAR on how we work na kailangan yung mga programa natin, it will drive progress sa sector and most importantly, magde-deliver ng impact. Without this statement, yung guide na statement na to, nahihirapan kaming iprograma at magkaroon ng clear direction yung aming mga R4D programs. So this is our tagline, driving progress and delivering impacts. So I think that's the last slide of my presentation. Again, maraming salamat po sa pakikinig and muli, in behalf of DA-BAR, we welcome questions and clarifications if there's any. So maraming salamat po at magandang umaga sa ating lahat.
Thank you so much, Sir Pat, for this interesting and comprehensive presentation on the mandate and programs of the Bureau. But before we proceed to our Q&A, please, a few reminders, the usuals, please magtanong po tayong kay Sir Pat. And also, we already posted the attendance sheet and the feedback form. Yung feedback form po, up until 12 noon na siya. Please answer both to get certificates. So just since it's 12 na po, madaliin lang po natin slide yung sa mga yung demographics natin ng audience natin. So mas madami po yung babae ngayon at okay. So there's around 57% females. Then age range po, half of them are around the 20 to 29-year-olds. Old age range, sunod na ang 30 to mga 30s at 1/4 of the audience. Location-wise, pinakamadami po Calabarzon, followed by NCR and Central Luzon. Then sa occupation po, 34% are researchers, followed by 21% agriculturists. Agencies and institutions, we have the regional offices under the DA family basically. So that's 44%, followed by the state universities. And we also have our kapatid from indigenous cultural communities or indigenous peoples. We also have audience na PWDs, also members ng Farmers and Fisherfolk Cooperative, such as Grains Multipurpose Cooperative and Masbakas Cooperative po. Then we also have members of the Rural Improvement Club, such as the 4-H Club and Pagkaon Incorporated. So, ayun po. Let's start with the Q&A na for now. So we have one from our chat box po. Let me just get it. Okay. So first question po, paano daw po sila ma-update and magkaka-access sa technologies and info from research?
Yeah. Thank you, Tin, sa question. Sa DA Bar naman, as you can see dun sa Facebook page namin, we frequently provide updates in terms of activities, mga technologies namin na suportahan. No? And also, if you can visit our website, doon namin nilalagay yung mga iba't ibang output technologies namin. But in terms of access at the local or regional level, siguro pag halimbawa may particular technology or output kayo na gustong malaman, you can easily write to us, communicate with us by writing a letter citing the particular request or technology, and we will be responding accordingly. Lalong-lalo lang pag halimbawa yung particular technology, alam namin na meron kaming intervention or project doon. We will be linking you to the researcher, to the institution, no? Para mas maging maayos yung communication. And also, itong mga ginagawa ni DA Bar na seminars, yung aming mga NAFTE, exhibition ng mga technologies, mga IEC materials namin are really readily available sa Bar website tsaka sa aming Facebook page para mas maging available ito sa public. No po. But if you are free or may time kayo, maka-visit kayo sa DA Bar, we're always here to welcome you, to guide you or assist you if there are questions or queries pertaining to particular technologies, particular projects, particular innovations that you wish to have more information or malink kayo sa aming mga researcher. No? Bar is very open to all, to public para ma-visit at makapagbigay ng assistance po sa ating client.
So thank you, Sir Pat. So according to Sir Pat, we have different channels. So apart from what's on our website, we also have the ones on our social media pages, and we also have our events such as the upcoming NAFTE in Cebu next month. So hopefully po makapunta kayo doon. And if not po, you can just send us a message and kami na po magpo-forward or magko-connect with you to the different institutions that are actually in charge of those information. So we also have the library, and as the Knowledge Management and Information Systems Division, we also have repositories of our technologies in our libraries, and of course our IECs available. Thank you, Sir Pat. Next question po would be from a staff from BAI. Ayan. Sorry, sir, hindi po ayan. So from Ms. Marivic de Vera, so can we resend proposals for possible funding if before di po siya na-include sa priority ng DA Bar?
Actually, ma'am, you can ano po send po naman yung proposal. Pero titingnan namin ano ba yung naging pagbabago or ano yung naging gap or issue na i-address nito, no. So kagaya nga na nabanggit ko, the assessment will be based on how it is relevant at the present situation or the issues it is to handle. And syempre yung feasibility or the readiness of the technology output, and at the same time, ano yung scale of the reach of the output, no? Siyempre, bar really invest on really mga high impact nga ng mga programs. So tinitingnan natin how it can help or be replicated not just on a local level but on a national level, no? To really see that the scaling of the technologies is really being realized po, no? So titingnan po natin kung ano po yung particular concern or issue na ina-handle ni project o ni proposal para po makita, no. Sabi ko nga, kung hindi siya kasama sa nasabing priority ni DA-BAR, hindi naman ibig sabihin cast in stone na yun na yun. Titingnan natin how you can defend it, how you will be addressing it, a particular concern, at mapakita ano ba yung maitutulong nito, no. So titingnan po natin ito, Ma'am Mavic.
Thank you, Sir Pat. So as what Sir Pat said nga po, yung mga programs naman natin, programs and projects na fino-fund ng DA-BAR, it responds to the current challenges that we have in our sector. So just send them po, and it's up to our respective divisions na kung priority ba sila right now or we can do something else about it. Now we'll be on to the next question. Okay. So from Ms. Cecilia Shelo Malyari, with regard to the Magna Carta for S&T, how do we consider fellow practitioners who are involved in S&T activities but does not qualify in the list of accredited courses?
Thank you po, Ma'am Cecil. Itong mga, kasi di ba sa Magna Carta natin, tama yung nabanggit ni Ma'am, merong mga list of courses na eligible for consideration sa Magna Carta as S&T. For example, sa Department of Agriculture. Ito pinag-aaralan nito ng committee po, no? How we can expand yung mga courses na mag-qualify or ma-consider. Kasi given nga, for example, sa Department of Agriculture, may mga iba't ibang courses na hindi declared dun sa list of STEM courses. The committee, the Magna Carta Screening Committee with the department is really studying and closely working on yung request nito sa NAST, sa Science and Technology, on how these courses can be considered. But as of the moment, ma'am, yun nga, isa ito kasi sa requirement or criteria to merit endorsement of the certification as Magna Carta for S&T worker po natin. No? But gumagawa naman ng way yung screening committee para ma-expand or mapalawig pa yung mga possible courses. No? But right now, we are touch basing with the NAST po or DOST kung paano natin mapa-consider yung mga ganong courses po.
Thank you, Sir Pat. So according to Sir Pat, while there are priority courses at this point pinag-aaralan at we are still in talks with different institutions and stakeholders regarding available scholarships that we may be of use for the sector. So okay, Sir, dagdag ko ano ko na din lang po, since madaming nagtatanong about the feedback form, I posted them na po kanina just before Sir Pat ended his discussion. So na-post ko na po yung feedback form and attendance sheet. Tsagaan nyo na lang pong hanapin. Nakapin naman po yung isa doon. Now, tingnan po natin if may ibang questions pa. Okay. Sir, paano daw po sila makikipag-collaborate with BAR if they are from DARFOs, SUCs, and NGA?
Yung pag-collaborate naman sa BAR, kagaya nga na nabanggit ko, yung efforts or initiative in terms of the network, lalo na sa regional level network, kailangan mag-usap-usap muna yung mga different offices like yung member institutions sa network like as yung RFOs, yung SUCs, to really come up with a robust R4D program na grounded, demand-driven, and at the same time sustainable on their part. Para pag nag-submit ng program document or proposal dito sa bar, it's easy for us to assess na how grounded, how demand-driven, and how relevant yung intervention or yung program na gagawin po ninyo. But nevertheless, bar is always so assistive naman in terms of providing guidance, visiting you in your respective regions to speak about the ways to collaborate with you, particularly in provision of grants, ng mga programs natin sa R4D, lalong-lalo na yung pag-manage ng output. No? Kasi sabi ko mga kanina, pinapalakas si DA Bar na paano natin ma-ensure na yung output natin ay mapapagamit natin ng tama at kung kanino at mapagkakakitaan at gagawin kapaki-pakinabang or beneficial sa ating stakeholder. No? Isa ito na marirealize natin na bakit importante na mag-invest sa research for development. Kung mapapakita natin, paano natin magagamit, magiging beneficial sa sector. No? But in terms of how you can collaborate, you can easily call us, discuss with us, and invite us in your respective regions to give guidance, create mobilize discussion on how we can be of assistance in terms of your focus programs, priorities. No? But right now, we are strengthening or mobilizing yung ating network nga, no? Sa regional network para doon natin i-converge yung efforts ng iba't ibang institution as what was mentioned sa question.
So, sir, you are talking about the AFREDEN po, right?
Yep, yung AFREDEN natin, yung network natin sa region.
So it will be through the AFREDEN and the regional offices, and of course DA Bar. And sir, yung partnership opportunities po ba, is it the same procedure if they're from cooperatives and the private sector?
Yung sa cooperatives naman association, kasi we treat them, sabi ko nga, we treat them as our it's either collaborator in terms of, for example, technology verification of technologies or mga innovations natin. So, pag Farmer Cooperative and Association, we advise them or we will guide them na makipag-coordinate din sa local government unit and also our research division sa regional field offices. No, kasi sabi ko nga, yung mga partners natin mag-implement ng program, yung binibigyan natin ng assistance in terms of funding, is yung mga R&D institution. No? Kailangan idulog ng ating mga partner FCA.
Sir, medyo nag-choppy po. Hello, sir.
Yeah, kailangan nating sigurong
medyo humihina po ating bandwidth.
Nagiging choppy ba? Yan, medyo clear na ba?
Siguro po, turn off mo na po muna yung camera. Medyo po.